Okay, sounds good. Thanks. Bye. All right, so yeah, that minute thing isn't, sometimes it changes, like they'll give you slightly different directions. But yeah, so now I'm gonna wait 1 minute and then I'm gonna go. Yeah, usually for these, like us to go, since he said it's like longer for the web, maybe like, I think it's 5 minutes plus. So I'll probably linger a little bit on some stuff. Oh, of course, yeah. Hi, I'm meteorologist Alexandra Cranford in the WWL TV Forecast Center, getting you an update this Monday morning, Juneteenth at 10 a.m. or a few minutes after 10 about a new depression in the Atlantic Ocean. So let's go into the graphics here. This is Tropical Depression 3, and we are tracking it in the Atlantic. Now, this is very far away, and really this and even another system behind it, neither is a threat to our area at this point. This is just something we're going to be watching for a while, but the National Hurricane Center, as of 10 a.m. on Monday, June 19th, has said it has a defined center. It is just barely trackable, though, so models are kind of doing different things with it and will continue to get better as this strengthens and the center begins to form up. But you can see some banding there with our satellite, enhanced satellite imagery. And there are some convective bands on the northern side especially, you can see starting to form up. So they've designated this now a tropical depression. And let me show you its forecast path. So we'll go straight to the path from the National Hurricane Center. And you can see it becoming, they have it becoming a tropical storm. If it does, it would get the name Brett B. And then it would possibly become a hurricane later this week. They have that happening by midweek, maybe Wednesday, and then continuing right now into maybe the northern Caribbean Sea. Now, this is very uncertain, and they point that out in their discussion. And what we see with the models is that also, yes, it's very uncertain. A stronger system would likely turn north and go to the right and stay out of the Caribbean Sea. If it's weaker, it might be able to get into the Caribbean Sea and possibly weaken somewhere in this range as it moves into eventually an area of higher wind shear. So actually, at this point, we're so far out, really hard to say what this thing is going to do. But I did want to show you really quickly what some of these models are showing. Now, besides this system, besides the newly formed Tropical Depression 3, which was just until a few minutes ago, Invest 92, there's another wave coming off of Africa. Now, this one is just now becoming a system that they're doing the hurricane models on and so forth. So we'll get you more information about that. But so far, models don't seem to be as aggressive with this one as with what is now Tropical Depression 3. But you can see the spread of these models here. Maybe northern Caribbean Sea might take that turn to the north a little bit earlier. We will see. I did want to point out that our water temperatures are very warm right now, much warmer than average for this point in June across really right around the area that this system is going to be moving. So that's why a lot of the models have been showing it strengthening and showing it developing, able to develop with this warm water that isn't always as hot as it is at this point in the year. Now, I wanted to show you quickly also that other area is a little bit farther out near Africa. That one, very quickly, just to touch on it, is not looking as developed at this point, but it does actually have a little higher chance of development now at about 30 to 40%. Let me show you a couple of models just to give you an idea of what might happen. Now, this is one of the models. This is the European global model, showing it riding around this ridge of high pressure and continuing to the west this way. Now, the Euro keeps it weaker, and let me show you, it kind of keeps it on that general path with the arrows that I have drawn out there. It does take it into the Caribbean Sea, But look at this, it kind of has it fizzling once it gets there. Again, by Wednesday and beyond, there will be some more wind shear out there that it will deal with. So it may not be able to just keep on strengthening like it probably will in the next couple of days. Now look at the GFS, and if you look closely, you can see the white arrows I have. This is going to be the path that it takes with the GFS model generally out to the west, but then turning north, maybe circling around that high pressure. And the GFS actually has that with that second system also following behind and moving to the north as well. So bottom line, we don't know where this is going to go at this point. It has just barely gotten a center of circulation that models can even really latch onto as a true tropical cyclone, a tropical system, or a depression. So we're going to be talking about this all week. Where's it going to go? How strong is it going to get? At this point, it is not a threat for our part of the Gulf Coast, but certainly something we're going to watch all through the week, and we'll keep tracking it. And of course, we'll have more information on it as it continues to strengthen, because models start to do a really good job when they start to latch on to something that's very defined. So just starting to see that happen with this system. Again, if you're just joining us, Tropical Depression 3 forecast to become potentially a tropical storm very soon, maybe even later today or tomorrow. And if it does form, its name would be Brett. It would be the B storm. Right now, it does look like it could become a hurricane. That's what the National Hurricane Center forecast calls for. Other models are showing the intensity could get certainly to tropical storm or even hurricane strength in the next several days. But we'll see what happens after that. You can see some weakening forecast with the wind speeds from the National Hurricane Center. Like I was saying, if it does take this path, it might be a weaker system by the time it gets here potentially. And again, plenty of models also bringing it a little bit farther out to the north, maybe scraping the northern edge of the Caribbean, or maybe even missing it altogether. So too early to say right now, but wanted to get you the latest update as we do have that new tropical depression out there. One check on our names. Of course, we've made it through Arlene. The next name on the list would be Brett, and then Cindy, Don, Emily, Franklin, and Gert. So that'll do it for this quick update on this Monday morning. Wanted to get you the latest information, and we'll have more coming up for you on Eyewitness News Channel 4 at noon, and of course more in our evening newscasts, and we'll have more online for you as well.